rise to the top. Can't stop this flow. In the heart of the jungle, we're ready, let's go.
And I still love him. I still text my mom all the time. You know what I mean?
You're either in or you're not, man.
Yeah. So
You know, when there's a certain vision.
So yeah, we've been through a lot, and I mean, like, obviously you guys have a connection or whatever through Sandy, and we're like, oh, we can.
Yeah.
Obviously you're fucking jacked, dude. Like you look
Smaller
great,
shirts, bro. That's it. These Lulu shirts.
Nah, bullshit.
Definitely
These
not
two-
that.
these-
I've seen you at the gym.
These $200 Lulu shirts, they better make you fit good, bro. It's on clearance.
But
No, I
are
see
you from Utah then?
I am. I'm from Utah. Yeah, my mom and dad are from Brooklyn. So they moved out here in the 70s, had a bunch of kids. Have you met my parents before?
I don't think
No.
I have.
Oh, yeah.
No, I haven't yet.
They're little Italians. They talk like this, coffee, water. Like, they haven't lost their accent in like 30 years, bro. It's wild.
That's good though.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
good. They're
My mom's
sticking
this
to
little
their
Italian.
roots.
She's just crazy. Her and Sandy always go at it, by the way.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
I've heard the stories.
Uh-huh. I'm like, if you were my mom, you'd be one annoying lady. Let me tell you. She's a hard-nosed lady.
Yeah.
My mom. But yeah, so I was raised by New Yorkers.
Okay.
So I wasn't raised by a typical Utah family.
Okay.
So we didn't grow up Mormon. Are you guys Mormon? You're not
No.
Mormon, right? Yeah.
No.
We grew
Yeah.
up Catholic. But yeah, so I wasn't raised by a typical Utah family. So
At one
Raised
point,
by
my
wolves.
dad looked at me and he's like, sometimes I wish we'd have taken you to church every Sunday. And I'm like, I don't.
yeah.
Like, I've loved what we've done every day, every Sunday. You
Sure.
know?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
either like going out shooting, playing with the go-karts or whatever, or, you know, there was a lot of like cleaning in the wintertime, like do the cleaning. But I'm like, no, I don't wish that we'd gone and sat through all those hours
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
Sunday.
Did you have a pretty good upbringing then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the most, I mean, looking back, yes, I had a great one. I mean, my mom went to jail when I was 15.
Wow.
She was only in there for like 30 days and then house arrest and everything for theft. And then I got in trouble for it. Luckily, I was underage. But then that was the first time I got threatened to be thrown in jail. And I was like, yeah. And then when my buddy got me almost threatened to throw in jail, I'm like, I'm done with all of it. Like, I'm not messing around with you guys. I'm not doing this shit anymore. I can't. Because I was on and off with Sophie at the time, my wife.
Sure.
And she wasn't going to put up with that. And I'm like, yeah, she's more important than you guys are any day of the week. So.
Yeah. That's wild, bro. You found your girl at 15. That's crazy.
MySpace.
Yeah. MySpace.
Oddly enough, the guy that almost got me thrown in jail, well, I almost got myself thrown in jail for dealing with him, but the guy I was with that doing that, he friend requested her first. And I was like, hey, you mind if I talk to her? He's like, yeah, that's fine. I don't care. And then
Yeah.
we started dating after that.
The next thing you know, she's on your top 8.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, was she on your
What's
top
up?
eight?
Yeah.
Of course she was.
Because I can still go in and look, motherfucker. Hey, I'll screenshot that son bitch.
Can you still go on to MySpace?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. All your shit's gone though. Like all the pictures and everything, they're gone. But yeah.
Go look it up.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
I
Go
fucking
check
have
that
like
out.
my old email address. From when I
Yeah.
was, like,
How old are you?
15.
Are you same age?
I'm 36.
36,
Well,
I'll
be 36 in December. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. How many kids you got?
I got one girl.
One girl?
12-year-old. Yeah.
Girl dad. 12?
12.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
So what's up? You started early, huh?
I started early.
Yeah.
What about you?
Man, so I got a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old. So I started late.
Girls?
Yep, 2 girls.
So you know what it's like.
So
Yeah.
mine are 9 and 6.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys started a little early. I didn't meet my girl till I was 34.
Okay.
So she was 26, but
Okay.
yeah.
How's it being a dad?
It's good.
It's been
Yeah, it's challenging.
yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. I hear people like want to have kids to help the relationship. I'm like, if your relationship's not on point,
Hell no.
when you fucking have that baby, bro,
Yeah, no.
are you kidding me? Like, I didn't understand that until you have kids, but if your shit's not strong already, it's going to be a disaster once you have kids.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. I mean, we were obviously together very young. We're like, if we'd had kids when we were 18 or younger, no way we'd be together. They wouldn't have been a Band-Aid. They would have been what ripped us apart.
Oh, for sure.
Because we didn't have our first one until 25. I think I was 25. And yeah, it's been great. I've been the worst part of it, just being depressed and angry all the time, but we're working on that. And
Yeah.
fortunately, the kids brought up through some of it, so they kind of have some of the attitude, but
Yeah,
it's working on me that helps everything else.
for sure. Yeah.
That's been the biggest
Man, I was a
thing.
poor ass cop when I was 25. They wouldn't have a good childhood if I was. I think waiting for me, I was like, man, I wish I would have done it when I was like 25. That would have been cool, but it would have been a bad childhood for them, to be honest with you. Or at least on my end.
Yeah.
So I was more established at 35 than I was 25.
How long were you a cop for?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, 21 to 28.
What made
So
you?
start there. Yeah. What don't mean to interrupt, but like, what got you going? Like, what got you going towards being a cop and going?
Yeah. So, I think just to get out of trouble. And it's funny, me and a buddy of mine made a bet, that we couldn't apply to the sheriff's office and get hired on because we were 20 years old. And it's funny. So it's really started off as a bet. And then next thing you know, I was getting a call back and he wasn't. He's like, they never called me. He had going to jail and all this stuff. But yeah, so it was just almost like started as a bet. And then once I got in, I was like, oh, it's decent pay. It's good benefits, blah, blah, blah. They give you a gun. Cool. Yeah. But it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
I've heard that.
It just wasn't for me. Wasn't for me at all.
Just long hours, just wasn't.
Yeah, just you work holidays, and I was single with no kids, so I was like, oh, whatever, this is cool. But
family.
Yeah, and I would like work people's Christmases. Like, hey, you got kids? I'll work your Christmas, dude. I'd work Christmas for people because I had nobody. I was just a single dude. But it just wasn't for me. Wasn't for me at all. And you're not doing it for the money,
No,
obviously. Yeah. So I'm like, well, I'm not doing it for the money. I get that, but also if I'm miserable every day too. If I'm going to be miserable, hopefully I'll be making a lot of money.
Right.
You can't have no money and be miserable. Like,
that sucks.
Those both suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to be miserable, you better be making a lot of money. But if both of those are happening, then I'm out.
Yeah. So what? I mean, we look through your Instagram and stuff too. Like, you've been jacked for quite some time.
Yeah.
What got you into fitness to begin with?
Yeah, I think I got bullied when I was a little kid. I think it's what I started. I'm not a big guy, right? I'm 5'7" on a good day. With my tall shoes, maybe 5'8". But I'm not a big guy, and I would just like, you know what? When I turned 15, I asked my dad for a gym membership.
So you've been going for that long.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yep. I was like, the only thing I want you to get me a gym membership at Gold's Gym. And it was the one in West Valley. There was a Gold's Gym in West Valley at 35th.
I've been by it, but
yeah, not the new one. It was an old one. It was across the street. But anyway, so he would take me to the gym every day. Just drop me off for 2 hours. Because I didn't have a license yet at 15, obviously. So that's the only thing I want. And I just want to get stronger, And then I would see people at the gym and I'd pick their brain, someone that was fit. Hey, how do I do this and how to do that? And I just started learning. So I've been fit as long as I can remember.
yeah, I'd say.
I just didn't want to get bullied. And I'd read like fitness magazines and health and fitness and muscular development and be like, I want to look like these guys. I want to be fit. And so I just kind of got into weight training. So it's kind of how it happened. And I've been playing sports my whole life. So I think that helped, playing football, basketball, baseball. I played all the sports.
Which one was your favorite?
Basketball.
Basketball?
Yeah. So.
I always wanted to play football. I never got to, though.
Never got to?
No, I was a tiny kid, but I didn't ever think about that.
Sure.
My mind never thought about that. And my mom was always like, you're too small to play football. You'll just get hurt.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of my complex came from. And I didn't realize it until we talked to one of our guests. And she's like, well, why do you feel that way? And start going through it. And I'm like, well, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
She thought she was doing right, which is, I understand.
Yeah, you
now.
want to protect your kids. I get it.
As a parent, I'm like, I completely understand now.
Sure.
But back then I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to play football with my friends.
Yep.
She's
And I
like,
played
I don't
DB.
want to.
I was on defense, and you don't have to be that big. You're guarding receivers and stuff, but especially when you're lower, actually, a lot of football players are smaller, you know, just because you hit lower. And so I loved it, but then I tore my MCL in high school football. So then my mom's like, I told you so. I told you, stick to basketball. I told you.
And my mom was super protective growing up. Like, we didn't do four-wheelers. We couldn't have tramps. Like, nothing. Like, my dad had guns, but it was very rare that he, like,
sure, it's all locked
did
up.
anything. Yeah, everything was very, like,
locked
up. And she was doing what she thought was best, and I can't fault her.
Especially as you're a parent now, you get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, once we brought in 2 extra kids, she kind of adopted them because his parents.
Wow.
Well, so his parents moved, or his mom was like, I'm going to move to California to be with some guy. And he's like, I'm not going. And the only way he would move in is if his buddy could come with. So my mom's like, yeah, we'll take them both. And they opened her up. So I got to go do more stuff. Like, I paintballed for a few years and traveled with that.
That's
stuff.
cool.
And that was the most adventurous. And then she's like, oh, we can rent ATVs finally.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's all fun stuff. I mean, it's stuff that I'm like, you kids can have it. Like, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah. That's how I'm with my kids now.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, I have 2 little girls and I baby them a little bit, but at the same time, I don't want to baby them. They fall. I'm like, get up. Come on. You're okay. There's a balance. You can be too soft and.
Yeah, I'm definitely not that soft on them.
Yeah. I'm trying to get like my daughters into like boxing, kickboxing, I did that for a long time, and I just want to get them into like, kickboxing and just like be tough,
Well, and you want to be able to protect
So,
themselves too. Like that's what we're like. We want you to do something like their cousin does karate. We're like, don't you want to do karate like him?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do anything. We're like, no, you're doing something.
Yeah.
My kids are homeschooled. So we're like, we got to do something.
Sure.
School helps pay for it. So
Yeah.
we're like, you got to do something. One's finally like, we did watch the Ninja Warrior. And she's like, I want to do that. Cause they got one in Sandy. We're like,
Yeah.
perfect. You're doing that.
Yeah.
The other one loves tumbling. We're like, all right, at least do something.
Just get into something, just like learn discipline, right? Just learn that mindset. Playing sports my entire life. I played baseball when I was 6 years old up till high school. I played it my whole life, and that just taught me discipline and the camaraderie with other guys. And just like some of my best friends are still kids I was growing up with playing baseball at 6. So you just like have a good group of guys, and it just teaches you all that stuff and skills.
Those are things I definitely missed out on. We
Yeah.
didn't play that many sports growing up, but
Do you feel like some of the discipline stuff also came from your family life? Like, how was your kind of upbringing with your parents? Because you said they're Italians. So how's that relationship with them? Were they strict? Were they? It sounds like supportive of whatever you
Yeah.
were doing.
They were a little strict, but they kind of let us free a little bit. They didn't keep the leash too tight. So they were kind of like, hey, make your own mistakes, But the fear of your dad is a real thing,
Yeah.
So my mom would yell at me. I'd kind of laugh. And then she's like, I'm going to tell your father. Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, all right. All right.
Taken.
Yeah, tell me what you want me to do. So yeah, I grew up in a really good household.
That's good.
Really good. Actually, my parents' wedding anniversary date is tomorrow, 51 years.
Oh, wow.
dang.
October 20th. It's actually tattooed on my side. So
See,
10,
that's
20,
amazing, 'cause
74.
That's rare. People staying together
Yep.
for that long
Yeah.
shows you something.
That's been tatted on me for over 20 years now, almost.
That's amazing.
15 years.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I've had a really good upbringing. Very blessed.
Yeah.
Right. My parents, I grew up not with a lot of money. My dad was a truck driver. My mom was in and out of jobs because she just wanted to be home with us. And so I didn't have any money growing up at all. And I didn't realize that because they made every Christmas, every birthday amazing. And the day I realized I didn't have that much money is when they sold their house. We moved to Taylorsville in 1992. And I think they bought their house for like 69 grand or something, right? Little split level entry house, in Taylorsville. And they sold it like 5 years ago. It's where the temple's at now. In
Okay.
Taylorsville. It's in that neighborhood. And they sold it. I was going to buy their house.
Yeah.
And I was in the process of building mine. And my lender's like, bro, you can't go buy this house and have your build. So anyway, I was like, you guys must own this now. It's been 30 years. So you pay 69 grand. Now we're going to sell for 400. You guys should be good.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we owe 3, whatever. I mean, they owed so much more money on it. And I'm like, you guys have been mortgaging your house as long as I can remember to pay for our lifestyle.
Right.
So I really realized then, like, wow, okay. So I was wondering why we had good Christmases and good birthdays. They were just mortgaging their own house.
I wish my mom would have done that rather than take the money.
Yeah.
Because that's what
True.
We lived a lifestyle up
Yeah.
until that point
Sure.
for the reason that she did. And that's,
Yeah.
like I said, at the end of the day, I understand where she was coming from because we all try to make
From a parent
the-
standpoint.
yeah,
of
from a
course.
parent standpoint. And I've told
Yep.
my parents that. I've sat down with them and like, hey, thanks for everything you've done.
Sure.
Like I realized I was a shithead, but thank you for everything you've done.
Yeah. You realize that as you get older.
Yeah.
And now I take care of my parents. I mean, I bought them a car 2 years ago on my birthday. They came to pick me up for my birthday. It's my 40th birthday going to Vegas. I was like, hey, pick me up to go take it to the airport. And they opened my garage and it was their car with the big bow on it.
That's awesome.
We never had a brand new car, bro. We never had a car with 0 miles on it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm getting you guys a car. So I bought,
What made
bought an
you?
SUV.
Obviously, the way that they raised you and the way, but what about that was like, that's my goal. Did you have that vision? Has that vision been in you for a while or a goal of I'm going to buy them something or I'm going to buy them a car?
Yeah, I've always wanted to, because again, when I was in law enforcement, I wasn't making a lot of money. I was barely making ends meet. And I go, man, something has to change. And so I was like, and I got to take care of my parents as they get older. You know what I mean? And I have an older sister, older brother. But yeah, it was my mission to make sure I take care of them. Right. And I was like, I'm going to, I started my own business and, we can kind of get into that. But my mom told me, yeah, your dad's truck, he had an old truck. The air conditioner doesn't work in that anymore. This is the summer of 23. I was like, he doesn't have an air conditioner? And my dad's in his 70s. I'm like, that's not going to happen ever again. Like this, he doesn't have an air conditioner? Nope. So like 2 days later, I went and bought him a car.
That's awesome.
I was like, I'm taking care of you guys, And the year before that, I gave him $10,000 in cash, and it was in this box, and we just taped $100 bills. So it looked like $100 bills sticking out. It's on my Instagram. and they pull it out, and there's another one, and they just keep pulling. I had my wife tape $10,000 of $100 bills.
Man,
That's awesome.
Yeah, she put in
That's so
work.
cool.
But it was really cool. We had it in the box, where it's laid down and you just keep pulling it and pulling it. It was really awesome.
That's awesome.
It's not like it's a lot of money, but like 10 grand, it's, they just grew up with no money. I grew up with no money, and I'm like, I'm going to take care. Every year I do something different for them, and I'm like, listen, you guys are never going to struggle. You're not going to have bills. You're not going to have, next would be pay out their mortgage, which would be cool. Yeah. But I'm like, you guys are never going to struggle. Not when I'm around. That's why I was driving the other day and I seen an old guy at a bus stop. I'm like, where are your kids at, bro?
Yeah.
Like, where your kids should be ashamed if they're around. This guy was like 80 sitting at a bus stop. I'm like, I almost wouldn't pick him up. I'm like, I was about to pick you up and just take you where you want to go. Yeah. Like, where is your kids at? It's our job now to take care of our parents.
100%.
You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I'm paying it forward now, and they won't struggle ever again.
we're working towards that with my wife doing her thing and trying to get this like really growing.
It keeps you motivated.
That's our goal. I mean,
course.
we've been slowly doing more and more things. Like we took them on vacation. They hadn't seen the ocean in like 40 years.
Sure.
I'm sure you heard about our cruise we took them on earlier this year.
Yeah.
Like we're going to pay for
See,
that.
that's amazing.
We paid for a lot of, we're like, you just got to get there. Like we'll pay for it. And they helped with some of the stuff, but ultimately we paid for like the whole cruise and everything.
That's what kids should do. That's our job now as they get older,
And we're like, we need to get you on our plan. Like if they need anything, they call us.
Yep.
Like, hey, I need you to come pick up this, or can you do this? There's something wrong with my car. Okay, I'll be right there.
Yep.
I'll come get you. I'll come take
And my
care of
parents
it.
are very hard-nosed. They won't tell me that. They don't want to take $1 from me. I mean, the video of them pulling up the 10 grand, my dad was like heated. He was pissed. Like legit pissed. We have it on video. He was so mad. He doesn't want to take, and I get that. Like, I don't want to take money from my kids.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll take care of me one day, but I don't want to take money from them. So I get it, being a dad now. But yeah, they're hard-nosed. They won't get on a plane. I'm like, I'll take you on a cruise. What do you want to do? And they will not get on a plane. We drove to New York in 1995. That tells you anything. We drove to see our family in 1995. They refused to get on planes. So
what? So you mentioned you have a business. So what is it, and how did you start getting into that?
So in 2011, I was in law enforcement for 5 years, and I was a trainer at a gym because cops don't make any money. And I had to kind of, have a little side hustle. And I loved coaching and training. And I was at the gym, and the owner of the gym's like, hey, you ever want to be like a trainer? I'm like, I could do part-time, yeah. And I was making more money as a trainer than I was as my full-time job in law enforcement. In 2011, one of the trainers I was with, he's like, dude, I'm going to do a bodybuilding show. I was like, that sounds awesome. Let's go do one. He's like, I'm seeing this guy that tells us what to eat. Because we're doing the fitness part. I'm training him in the gym. He tells us what to eat. I'm like everything he tells you, just maps it out. He's like, yeah. It's like, this sounds awesome. So I met with this guy in Sandy, and I'm sitting in his office. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, you're going to tell me exactly what to eat, how much to have. Like, it was just, I was blown away, and I was paying him a lot of money. Like, for me, it was a lot of money. And I was like, you have 50 clients? You have 50 of me paying you the same price? Bro, what do I got to do? Tell me what I have to do. Shine your shoes, get your laundry, empty the trash. How do I just be you? Can I just shadow you? Because I was in 5 years and I was already not liking my job in law enforcement. He's like, oh, yeah, you look good. You're already a trainer. It's like, I'll bring you on. You want to do it? He already had a bunch of other consultants working for him. I was like, sweet. So I'd work at my law enforcement job from like 6 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. Then by 3 o'clock, I was in his office till like 8 or 9. They were long days, right? Just shadowing, hanging out in his office, watching him with clients. I'd go with him seminars, go watch him speak at, different events. I just became his shadow, dude. And after like a year of doing that, he finally was like, you're ready. You're ready to, start seeing clients. But he was always like, hey, quit your job. And I was like, unless you're going to pay me a salary, which I know you're not, I can't just quit. I still had a mortgage. I, lived in a condo. So July 3rd of 2013, that date is always going to be in my mind. It's the day I quit law enforcement. Because I was supposed to work July 4th. I was like, I'm quitting on the 3rd. I'm out. I'm not working the 4th. What?
You're like, I'm taking my freedom, my freedom day, baby.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
That's right. So I remember walking in and going, I'm out. Sorry. Here's my badge. July 3rd, 2013. And a lot of my friends that are still in law enforcement, they're like, hey, bro, we'll see you in a year. What, you're leaving this job, 20-year retirement for a commission job? I'm like, yeah. And as more people spoke to me that were also in law enforcement, I realized how different we were. I'm like, bro, you're stuck here? Like, it's just like you're getting a guaranteed paycheck, which is cool, but like that's all you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I just realized how different we were. My mindset was more of an entrepreneur mindset. Like, you're leaving this job for commission? I'm like, well, number one, we don't make that much money. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You retire in 20 years. You retire at 42. My retirement date's next year, 2026. Because I started in 06. And I'm like, I wouldn't have made it 20 years, dude. I wouldn't have made it 20 years. And you could be at year 19, bro, and do something stupid and lose your whole retirement.
Yeah.
Then you're really screwed. And you're probably getting sued, you know? So I left that day and I was like, I'm starting on, let's go, man. So I was with my mentor in Sandy at the time. And we did that for a few years. And I was giving him a big chunk of my money. It was a 60-40 split. So 60% of what I was making was mine, and I'd give him 40%, which is a lot. At the time, I didn't care. He could have said 90%, bro. I'm like, yeah, I'll keep 10%. Here's your 90. I just wanted to get started. And after a few years, though, I started getting smarter. I'm like, okay, I'm getting a lot of clients now. Even my clients would be like, hey, why don't you just be your mentor? His name's Rick. Why don't you just be Rick? Like, why do you work from him? Why do you have my name on the door? That's scary, bro. You know, because I was working for his company. I'm like, that's scary. And then one day I went in his office and said, hey, I want a better split. I think 80-20 is more realistic. I'd give you a lot of money. He's like, kick rocks.
Damn.
Like, okay.
Okay.
Fair. I'm out. And then within a week later, I had my own office, my own name. It was Mike Manfre Fitness. Had my own LLC. Like, I just was like, it lit a fire, bro. And he's like, no, fuck off. I was like, okay, cool. That's how you speak. That's how you are.
Yeah.
Bet. I'm out. Now you're going to get 0%, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you're getting nothing.
Exactly.
Have you seen Half Baked?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's coming with me, man? That was me, bro. Because you got a bunch of consultants. My buddy Jason, I was like, who's coming with me, man? Who you guys want to collect 60% or you want 100%? This office in West Jordan has 3 offices. Who wants to come with me? Who's coming? And my buddy's like, I'm out. I'll go with you, bro. So he came to my office and I was like, now you lost 2 people.
Yeah.
2 consultants that you were making money off of. So see how you like that, bro. You know? And so we bounced, and that was 2015 when I started my own business, when I really kind of like, my name was on the door. My name was on the logo now. So it was a big eye opener.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, it was
Congratulations,
cool.
man. That's fucking,
It was cool.
That's fucking
It
cool
was
to
rad.
do,
And I was in the process of competing too, you know, and so I remember that October of 2015, October 26th, actually, the date's coming up. It was the most stressful time of my life. I was moving offices. I was also getting ready to compete in Miami Nationals. Like, it was just a lot going on, you know, at once. Starting a new career, you know, on my own. You know, my name's on the door now. It's all on me. Because I could fall back on him if something was wrong. You know, if someone had a problem, oh no, just talk to Rick. You know, talk to the owner. I'm not the owner. Now it's all on me. And so I'm like, damn, this is a big responsibility. You know. And I was competing at the time. It was crazy time.
Worth it.
Worth it, 100%. And if he would have said, yeah, I'll give you your split you wanted, it would have sounded cool at the time, and it would have been a disaster for me because I would have stayed. It would have been my cushion.
Yep.
You know, so everything happens for a reason. At first, when he told me, like, no, I don't want to give you anything like that. It's either take that or leave. And I was like, man, it was brutal at first. I was like, man, that hurts. That hurts, dude. And now I look back, I'm like, damn, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. You know, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. One thing I keep hearing, you keep saying, you know, even when you were younger, you're willing to ask the questions. When you're in the gym, you're asking questions. How to do this? How do you do this? And you shut your ego down enough to want to be, you know, mentored or guided by somebody else that was doing something successful. This guy, that you're working with in the beginning. It sounds like you've always kind of had that mindset of like, ego's away. I just want to learn. I just want to get better.
Yeah. You have to be coachable if you want to be successful. If you talk to anyone, I mean, what's the guy's name? Grover?
Tim
Yeah.
Grover.
Tim Grover, yeah. Do you think he started on his own? Do you think he didn't have a mentor at some time in his life? Like everybody has. Ed Milet had a mentor.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys have mentors. And once you realize there is somebody that's doing better than me and I can just learn from them, you're going to fail most of the time if you try it on your own. And I realized that at a young age, like I need to have someone that's where I want to be, and I want to ask you all the questions possible, and I want to learn from you.
It's actually what I told my wife not long ago.
Yeah, it's so true, dude. I tell that to everybody. Never even care about someone's opinion if they're not where you want to be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's just wild to me that you'd give a shit about what this dude says when he's some dude that you don't want to be anyway.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so if you see, that's why I don't understand the jealousy thing or the hater thing. If I see someone do better than me, bro, I want to be friends with you.
Yeah.
Let's hang out. You know, you're driving a Lambo. How? Teach me. You know? And so I think mentorship is by far the most important thing in life if you want to succeed. And everyone's done it. No one's above it. No one's been like, no, it's all, that's why I don't like the word self-made. You are self-made to a certain extent because someone's showing you the blueprint, but you still have to go build the house.
Right.
So you are in a way self-made, but at the same time, you had a team. You had somebody to show you the roadmap. Everybody. Yeah. And so I've been very open to being coachable by other people that I looked at and go, wow, I want to be you. Show me. I don't hate you. I think you're amazing. Show me. Because usually you hate someone above you. You never hate below.
Yeah.
You don't hate on the dude making a sandwich at Subway.
For sure. I see what you're saying.
I'm not like this guy making my sandwich. This guy sucks. You don't care because in your mind he's below you, so you're not hating on him. Mm-hmm. It's the guy that has stuff you want that you hate on. That's unachievable.
I learned that lesson, oh man, probably 6-7 years ago. Because I used to be very jealous of, like,
sure.
I worked for a guy years ago and I just saw him, like, he's got all the toys. And I'm like, man, it's got to be nice. But then I was listening to Andy Frisella and he talked about that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it just an instant switch. I'm like, why am I hating him? Like, I should be proud of him. He worked his ass off for it.
Yep.
Why should I hate him when he's just done something that I haven't done yet?
Yeah.
I should be proud of him. I should be supporting him.
Exactly.
And I have. I mean, I've reached out a couple of times. I've talked to him here and there, and I'm like, hey, I'm proud of you. Like, randomly just, hey, dude, it's awesome. I love that you have all this stuff. Like,
yeah.
Or I'm just proud that you built this, like, and have a way to show people.
Dude, and compliments go such a long way. I was the dude in the gym, like, not staring everyone down, but just like, just like, fuck you, dude, like, whatever, And then once you go up and compliment somebody or they compliment you, your guard comes down. It's wild. Like, there's been times you look at someone in the gym, you're like, what the fuck are you looking at me for, bro? Like, what's the deal? And they'll come up and be like, bro, you look good, man. I'm like, oh, dude, what's up, man? Like, it's just like your guard comes down. I've done that to other people. Hey, bro, you look really good. And then every time you see them in the gym or anywhere, they're like, hey, what's up, man? Like, now we're homies. Now we're, it's because I've complimented you and your guard is now down. You don't see me as a threat anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to be friends with you. So complimenting one another, it just goes a long way. And when someone asks to be your mentor, like, I mentored tons of coaches coming up. I've mentored 4 or 5 that are very successful now that I kind of helped get them. They became clients and they have the same process. Just that, where they were in my office going, dude, teach me. He taught me. Now I'm teaching you. Now, a lot of coaches that I've helped are teaching other coaches. Just this trickle down effect, dude. Mm-hmm. It's so awesome. Because if I can help you be a coach, you might be able to help somebody that I can't.
Yeah.
Either I can't get to or we just don't vibe. I tell my clients all the time, sometimes we just don't vibe. I'm a good coach, you're a good client, we just don't vibe. So you might find somebody else.
Well, I mean, you made a post about that not long ago. And we talked about it a little bit over Instagram.
Yeah.
About how it's not necessarily that person. Don't go look at the skinny person all the time and be like, that's who I want to coach me. Because that they might
about
not
fat
be...
trainers?
Yeah. That's
and I was that mindset. And I was at EOS when I seen a fat trainer there. And I was like, how the fuck are you training this dude? The guy you're training is fitter than you are.
Yeah.
He's skinnier than you are. And then I realized, dude, what a horrible mindset to have. I almost wanted to punch myself in the face. I'm like, that is the worst mindset to have. Number one, this guy might have already be down 100 pounds, 200 pounds. Mm-hmm. That's what I say in my video.
Yeah.
You don't know their journey, dude. And I have clients like that. I have clients that start at 500 pounds, now they're 300. And they still look overweight. But I'm like, bro, your journey has been insane. Mm-hmm. Like, you should wear a t-shirt that shows a before photo of you walking around. Because then people would be more understanding.
Right.
And so I always tell people, never judge somebody you don't know. And I've done that. So I'm not above it.
We're human.
Everyone
we're all human, right? We
all
it's instinctual sometimes, but it's that awareness part to be
of course.
You
don't know someone's journey. Yeah. And you might see, you see a guy that's driving, a Honda Civic and thinks this is the dopest car ever. And you're like, bro, it's just a Honda. But he was homeless a year ago. Mm-hmm. This Honda is his Lamborghini, And so you just don't judge. I just don't judge people anymore.
Yeah.
It's a different mindset that I have now as I get older. Because you don't know people's shoes.
Yeah, I've definitely flipped that a lot too, for that same reason.
And we all still do, but...
And a lot of the times I look at it too, and I'm like, what insecurity of mine is causing me to want to judge that person or look at that person that way?
Yeah.
Just
like haters on social media.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, when someone hates on me on social media, like they're pictures of either a private account.
Or it's like some goofy ass
name. It's of the picture of their cat. I'm like, cool, dude. Like, it's never a dude that has a normal Instagram doing well in life that's like, yeah, fuck you, dude. Fuck you for being shredded. Yeah. It's never that. It's
not
never
it's not
that.
the guy that's already shredded.
No.
Like, bro, no, no.
Yeah.
It's never that, because those guys look at you and you're like, yeah, I know the work you put in.
Yep, they
Let's
get
fucking
it.
go.
They
We
get
got
it.
this.
You'll never have someone fit hate on another fit guy. You'll never have someone that's an entrepreneur hate on someone starting a business. You know, you'll never have. It's the people that it's unachievable. It's the dude that's overweight or is like, well, yeah, screw this guy for putting work in.
Because of the
You know.
insecurity part. Like it's like what they say, right? Like somebody chasing their goals. So it's like, you're like, oh, I want to do this. I want to start a business. Somebody can look at you and be like, well, fuck you, because I think internally you subconsciously know that you can do it, but you're not doing it. So I want to be mad at you
Yeah.
and hate on you because you're actually chasing. You're doing what I know I can do, but I'm not doing.
Yep.
Same with being fit.
People hate what they can't achieve.
right.
That's just how it
But they're not
goes.
willing to achieve.
Correct.
Because I think anybody can really either be fit, be successful. I mean, at least attempt to be successful.
Yeah. I mean, if a human being has done something, we can do it.
Yep.
I tell people, if you're fit, I'm no better than the fat dude. I'm no better than the poor guy, right? Like, no one's above it. You can do it. It just takes time. If you truly wanted something, there has not been a person in history of. Now, I can't go, I want to be in the NBA. I mean, there has been dudes that are short dudes in the NBA. You can really be anything you want. But, like, if you really made it your mission, I want to do this, you would never fail. You would never fail.
It's the time you put in to get there.
Yeah.
If you're willing to put the time and the effort in there and grind every single day, multiple hours, yeah, of course you can achieve it.
Yep.
Might be hard as fuck, but you'll get there.
Well, look at life now, dude. There's never been more fitness apps ever in life, but yet we're the fattest we've ever been. Like, you can literally go on the internet right now and find programs for completely free, ChatGPT, YouTube, everything for free, and get fit as hell. But we're the fattest we've ever been. It's because we're just lazy,
Convenience
right?
too.
You can get a degree on YouTube. You can get a degree on ChatGPT now, bro. Besides being a doctor, you could pretty much get a law degree on ChatGPT now. I mean, it is insane. You know, AI is just taking over.
It's kind of
You know.
scary, honestly.
So to be fat and poor, there's no excuse. It's never been easier to be 1% of men. Have you seen the men walking around lately, bro? It is insane. And again, I'm not judging, and I try not to judge, but I'll see a dad that's overweight with his kids, and I'm like, dude. And again, maybe he lost 300 pounds. But I look at him like, bro, like, be a better person for your kids, man. You know what I mean? Like, just because you're super rich and you're fat getting out of a Lambo is not impressive.
No.
And if you're a super shredded dude and you're poor as fuck, not impressive. You know? So it's about balance. You're fat and poor and rich, but if you're shredded and poor, those both suck. Yeah. Those are both losing situations. You know, because I know some dudes that are shredded, but that's all they do in the gym, and they are struggle paycheck to paycheck. Like, well, now you're spending too much time in the gym, bro. Like, we got to find a balance. Start working on your financials a little bit, you know?
Well, they're not. I look at it through the process of what we've been through, my wife and I, between her starting to lose weight, and we were talking about it last night, actually. It was like a snowball effect. She's like, we need to get our finances in order. We need to work on this and this. And it's like, it's more than just showing up to the gym and pushing the weight. You've got to actually be willing to change every part of you
Exactly.
to a whole new identity.
Yep.
I mean, like, to me, I can't stand when people don't re-rack their weights, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're there to grow. And shouldn't that be part of the process? You put on your weight, you take it off, you get it ready for the next person.
Yep. It's respecting.
Yeah, I did
course.
that too, because you might be able to go push 10 plates on the leg press, but then the 135-pound woman that walks
And
up
that's what I
behind
think
you,
about. I think about my mom going there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would I leave this weight on for, you know? And again, I was at one point, I'm like, well, you know, I was like one of the squat machines where you step up on the platform.
Yeah.
And I loaded the plates up, and I was like, I'm just gonna leave 2 on each side. I'm like, you can't even do 2 plates or 1 plate. Like, but then I'm like, idiot, come on, bro. What if it's my mom coming here? She can't do a plate. You know, so it's like once you start realizing and putting yourself in other people's shoes. Again, I think about my mom or my dad. If my mom and dad were here working out together, they might be able to do that weight.
yeah,
You know, I always just think about, you know, older folks and whatever.
But it's interesting because when you do that, when you put yourself in other people's shoes, you can potentially start making better decisions based on that. Because I think a lot of times when these decisions were made, let's just say that, it's me. It's like, I'm making this for me, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, if you're thinking about the next guy, the next woman, the next person coming up, let's just use the gym example to that machine.
Yep.
Yeah, what if it is your mom or somebody's mom? you should have a level of respect for that person to say,
Yep.
I'm gonna,
Yep.
you know,
It goes for
do
anything
my
in
part,
life
right?
too, bro. If
Yeah.
someone cuts you off in traffic, I'm like, okay, hold on. Before you chase this dude down,
Yeah.
he might have just found out his mom died. He might have just got a divorce. He's coming back from his kid's gravestone.
Yep.
You just don't freaking know, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just don't. And again, I was coming here, and I have a Cybertruck, and you know a lot of people don't like Cybertrucks. So you get some people will flip you off, or you know, I'm like, you're hating on a car, bro. Like, you can't even. My windows are so dark. I'm like, you don't know who's in here, but you're hating on a car, bro. Piece of metal. Like, calm down. But you know, if someone cuts you off, or they'll flip you off, you know, whatever. I'm like, maybe you're just having a bad day. Maybe you know, you just don't know.
And it's so
anymore.
much better for you, for the way that you leave that interaction, because you're just like, all right, cool. You're
Yeah.
not pissed off.
The more I'm free with that stuff,
you're like,
bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
It'll free your mind if you treat everyone like you don't even know what they're going through. You know what I mean? He might have got a divorce. He might have found his kid died.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now he's in a state you just don't know, dude. You know. And I had you know, you've seen people they're in their car, they're mad, they might have a gun. You just don't
Yeah,
know.
nowadays,
You
yeah,
just
it's kinda
don't know. He's
crazy.
on a bad day and you cut him off or you flip him, like you just don't know. You
Yeah.
just don't know. So yeah, it's just about putting yourself in other people's shoes to really realize, you know, like you don't know what they're going through.
Has it helped you with your business?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, with my business, I see between 50 and 60 people a week in my office in Bluffdale. And I'm like a therapist, really. I've realized losing fat, being healthy, it's so much more mental than physical. Physical is easy, dude. Go to the gym for an hour. It's the other 23 hours of the day. That's what makes or breaks somebody. How many people are in the gym that are still don't look that great? A lot. When I'm in the gym, like you look like you've been the same for 5 years.
Yeah.
They're putting the work in here in the gym. What about the other 23 hours? What are you doing with your other 23 hours of your day? That's what's going to make or break you. You know, so a lot of it's just mental and seeing clients all day. I've done it for over 15 years now. It's like I'm a therapist. That's what it comes down to.
Do you have a story that stands out in your mind that like of a client that you're like, man, they just has always stuck with you? No?
Well, I mean, there's a few. Yeah. I mean, what sucks even more, I've had clients where their spouse, their husband, wife, brother, sister who we tried to get in died.
Oh, no.
Because they were overweight. You know, I have a client, her dad was overweight. I seen her and her mom, and I was like, hey, get your husband in here, you know, because he was overweight. And he's busy. He's a CPA. He was doing something, just a very busy guy. Like, come on, get him in. He's almost turning 60, and he died last year. I'm like, because of being overweight. He had some diabetes issue. And I'm like, see how, like, work was important. I get that. But, bro, we get one body, you know. And so that's the worst when you're like, I tried to save you. I tried to get you in here to come help your blood sugar and your cholesterol and, you know, get your A1C levels down and all this stuff. And when they just disregard it, because people are busy and I get it, but you only get one body, man. Especially when you have kids. I'm like, I look at the whole world differently with having kids.
Yeah.
You know, as far as being healthy and just everything.
Yeah. Once I had kids, I thought that too. I'm like, it's not just me anymore. Like I always wanted a Bolt bike. Always did.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, I know myself well enough.
Yep.
And I told my wife, if I go get it, don't let me drive it.
Yeah.
I know myself too well.
I'd be that doing a cutoff and shorts, no helmet. No, I'd be that guy. I'd be stupid with it.
Exactly.
Well, I would never get one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know myself. I like fast. And that would be a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, my brother got thrown across Bangor riding
Yeah.
a bike. He's still alive.
Everyone knows someone that's laid it down
Yeah.
or that has died.
He's still alive. Didn't stop him.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that very well could have been me. And she was on the fence at that point, and then he did it, and she's like, I don't want that. And I'm like, I get it. And then I had kids, and I'm like, yeah, I got to be here for them too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got to be a little more careful with what I'm doing for them. I want to see them walk down the aisle.
And with bikes, it's not even sometimes you. You could be an
Yeah.
amazing rider. It's the other people.
And that's what happened. It
There's
was
been times
somebody
where
else.
I always don't see bikes sometimes. I mean, you know, it's just, especially if they are driving stupid and they come up on you quick, but you might be the best driver ever. You're a driving instructor and you still get killed
Yep.
because some 16-year-old that was on her phone.
Yeah.
That's what scares me even more
Oh, yeah.
is the other people. So,
No, the people around here, we just gotten worse at driving too. Like, let's just be real. We've gotten worse at it.
Utah drivers are horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. I've been California. I've been all over. And I mean, there's some
I don't know. Vegas is pretty crazy, bro.
Nashville
Vegas is
wasn't
crazy.
bad. We were in Nashville not that long ago. Nashville drivers weren't terrible. At least down by Broadway area, they weren't terrible. but Miami was terrible. California's nothing compared to how people were in Miami.
Yep.
When we were there, that was insane.
Yeah, for sure.
So you mentioned your kids. So you got 2 kiddos. How's that kind of changed? Sounds like your perspective on life and kind of the way you attack life.
Yeah, more cautiously, for sure. I'm not taking as many risks as far as like my health is concerned. You know, getting bikes, all that stuff. And then just like making sure I'm the number one. I actually made a video about, they interviewed this serial rapist, kid rapist. And they were like, hey, so what's the number one indicator that you see? Did you see that video?
I've seen it before. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's the guy in the yellow shirt. He's convicted of like, you know, he goes, well, I look at the dad. And if the dad's not a threat, I approach the child. Right. And I was like, dang, dude, there's nothing more powerful than that. You're looking at the dad. If he's not a threat, you're going to try to approach it. Basically saying, what are you going to do?
Yeah,
if I approach your kid.
Yeah.
Right.
I know exactly what it is.
And that lit a fire for sure. I'm like, you know, like be the threat, man, you know. And that's just not physically. It's just like emotionally, just like be there for your kids and just, you know, look like you can maybe fight somebody. You know, I did kickboxing for a long time. I still do. I do it.
I was gonna say I see you every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, it's not like I'm some fighter, but I'm just like, I'll have a chance. If someone's to go down, I'll have a chance with me just training kickboxing. You know what I mean? I'm not good by any means, but I'll have a chance. If I was to have to, you know, you can't shoot everybody. But now when I'm out and about too, you know, I'm always just, I think even just being law enforcement, you're always just like, I'm just looking around, you know, like I don't have my back to the door ever, especially with my kids. I want to see the door when we're in the restaurant. You know, it's just being aware. And a lot of people that are getting killed or their kids because they're on their phone, they're just not aware. So now when I'm anywhere, Target, I'm just like, okay, can I take that guy? What's he doing? Why has his hands in his, he's weird looking. Like, you know, you just start being more aware. And so
it's definitely something I've over the years just slowly been more aware, like what's going on around me. And I had another cop friend, and we'd gone out to dinner one time, and he's like, "No, you got to to one of our friends or something." And he's like, "No, you got to move. I got to sit there so I can."
Yep.
My wife's like, "Why aren't you?" I said, "I'm less concerned because he's sitting right there.
yeah, he's got my 6.
I know.
Yeah.
I've got this side, and he's watching this." She's like, "All right, that makes sense."
Yeah. My wife knows all the time. We go somewhere. I'm like, I gotta see where we're at.
Yeah. There's a lot of times I'm like, "No, we got to move. I want to see the door. I want to see what's going on."
Always.
around
I don't
me.
like people behind me walking. You know, we were downtown the other day. I have a few Airbnbs downtown, and we were going to furnish one. And there was like a weird guy walking behind us. So I grabbed my kids and we just stopped. And I was like, "No, you can go ahead. Go ahead. You're good." You know, he was harmless. He looked harmless, but you don't know anymore. People are getting stabbed on buses. You don't know. But anyway, I was like, "I didn't want you behind me, bro. Just walk." You know, so I grabbed my kids and just let him walk by. He's like, "Oh, thanks." You know, random dude. I'm like, you could be the most random looking dude ever, and that's the one that gets me. You know, so just stuff like that, just being more aware.
I mean, that's how I am with my kids, my wife, everybody. I'm like, I got to be on the outside when we're walking. Like, she's like, "Well, I could still get hit." I'm like, "Yeah, but the point is that I'm out here to prevent that."
Oh yeah,
from you
you're
guys.
walking by the street.
Yeah,
Oh, you're here,
Yeah.
bro. The street's right there.
Yeah,
100%.
And she knows it. And every time I move her, and she's like,
Yep.
And she likes to joke around every now and then, and I'm like, "No," and she's like, "I know. I'm just messing with you."
Even we were at Corn Bellies. I was walking with my 6-year-old, and usually like the flow when you're walking around, there's people walking everywhere, but there's like a flow kind of, you know, almost like a driving. There's people are coming this way and you're walking that way. And she was on this side for a second, and people kind of like not bumping into her. And I was like, "Okay, you get on this side now."
Place is chaos. We were
Yeah, it
there
is.
yesterday.
But now it's like let them bump into me if they're gonna bump. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
we were there
so-
yesterday. That place was absolute chaos.
Yeah, it was.
yeah,
It's fun,
yeah,
though.
it's wild.
Kids had fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I made a video the other day. I'm like, if you're on your phone walking, looking down, I won't move. I won't. If you're that blatantly looking around, like at the mall or something, I'm gonna keep walking. You're gonna run into me. Like I hate. I'm not moving for you because you're looking down at your phone. Like just have respect, dude. We all look at our phone, but I'm always just like,
Oh, there's people that push it. There's
They do.
people,
Oh, I won't move,
literally
bro.
like I feel like they're like
I
living
do
on
the
their
same
phone.
thing,
I don't move.
But like
if you're walking with your
going
head
through
down,
life, I'm like, dude, like
no, I'll check you.
yeah,
I just just how it goes.
Yeah.
If you're being that disrespectful and just think we're gonna move for you, I won't move.
Yep.
I will check you. And
There's
your phone will
definitely
drop.
times at the gym where I feel that way too, that they're just doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and there's times that I'm caught by something, like, you know,
Sure.
doing that same thing, looking around, don't realize somebody had walked right in front
Yeah.
of me.
Yeah.
But then you're always like, "Oh shit, my bad." Like,
Yeah.
my bad. Or you just got done lifting and you're like, "Whew," a little dazed from a big lift, and you're like, "Oh shit, my bad. I didn't mean to almost run into you."
For sure. Yeah. It always comes down to respect.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, to answer your question even better, having kids, it just makes you grind harder too. It's a balance though. Like, do I want to work all day and trade my time for money to make more money, or do I want to be around for them? You know, it's just this weird, you guys get it. It's just a balance of like, if I work harder, I might make more, a little more money, but I'm going to be in my office more, and yeah, I'd rather be with them. Plus you got to go to the gym and everything else.
How many hours a week do you spend in your office?
Not a lot, actually. I've actually minimized my clientele to where sometimes they're 15-minute appointments instead of 30. And sometimes if I have couples, it's 1 30-minute appointment. So it's kind of like two birds with one stone. So probably 25 hours a week. Not a lot.
Do you like having the office versus doing it just like solely online?
Yeah, because when you're in person with somebody, it's just so much better. Like having that one-on-one connection with somebody like this versus through a screen. You know, it keeps them more motivated too. I got to see you. You're going to come to my office. I'm going to take your body fat. I have an in-body machine in my office. They like that one-on-one kind of, accountability. So, and I focus on body fat more than weight. Weight doesn't matter.
No.
You know, see how much fat you've lost. Weight doesn't matter. So, and so that's what I like the most. It's more of an old school mindset, I think, because people are going online. I have to do some online clients, but I like the in-person coaching. But I'm slowly going away from that. I'm doing Airbnbs now. I do a lot of trading, like with crypto and all that stuff. So I'm kind of trying to like stop trading my time for money as much right now and just doing more stuff that's more passive.
What made you make that? Was it your kids that made you make that flip of like, I'm done trading time for money. I want to make something that's either ongoing or what people consider passive, but ongoing income. What made you like?
Having kids and just as they get older.
Yeah.
Especially in the summertime, I'm sitting in my office seeing clients. And it's like my wife sent me a picture there at the pool, and I'm like, dude, this sucks. And I'm seeing clients all day long on a 90-degree day. I'm like, man, this is stupid. I don't work weekends at all. Weekends are for them for sure. But yeah, just as you get older, I'm like, I'm not trying to be seeing 50 people when I'm 50. Like, I don't want to be coaching when I'm 50 years old. Yeah. So I'm setting the stones now for when I turn 50, I'll have everything set. As far as passive income goes, I'm trying to get 1 Airbnb every month. So
Dang.
I have 6 now. I'm working on my 6th. I
Congratulations.
just started in May.
That's awesome. Dude.
Yeah, they're exciting.
That's a great shift. I mean, from going from, like you said, time for money to, to investing into crypto and Airbnb. And
I feel like Airbnbs, for the most part, are AI proof. Like, AI is going to take over a lot of companies. They're going to take over a lot of, like, if you're typing on a computer, I even told my sister, her and her husband work for a company and they're just on computers answering phones. I'm like, that in 5 years might not be here. You might be looking for a backup plan.
Yeah.
Right? You're answering phones and clicking buttons on a computer, AI is going to take over. It doesn't take sick days.
Yeah.
It doesn't want any raises. But Airbnb, there's certain stuff like Airbnb is not going to be taken over by AI. People are still going to book your place and want to stay somewhere. So I realized it was AI proof for the most part, in my opinion.
Something I've thought about wanting to get into more.
Yeah. I mean, I woke up today, I had 4 bookings. So I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's just money I just didn't have to work for. You get an Airbnb, you have to furnish it for a few days, kind of work on it, and then it's good to go.
Yeah, I love that.
Man, unless something major happens, but at that point, you're still paying somebody to go do all the work anyways.
Yeah.
Do the repairs and everything.
I pay someone else for maintenance, and we have cleaners. I mean, I'm not doing anything. It's just, once in a while you're answering stupid stuff. Someone downtown, because a lot of them are apartments, there's, so we have locks on these apartment buildings. Someone took the whole fence with all the locks and ran with, stole it.
What?
The other day on Friday. I'm like, wait, so all the locks we have, because they're like key fobs. Hey, go to here. Here's the code.
Yeah.
Your key fob. And there's 14 or 15 locks on this gate. Someone took it and stole it.
Jeez, man. What?
Downtown. So now we have to replace all these key fobs. I'm like,
crazy.
See, it's stuff like that. That's just annoying. So me and my nephew do it together. He's a super host. Someone she got robbed downtown, gunpoint. Yeah, last week. We were hanging out and he's like, I take this phone call. And he's like, what? And he's like, I was like, what happened? He's like, yeah, someone got robbed downtown. They took the key fob. They took, our parking pass for the underground. It's like, someone got robbed in downtown, with the gunpoint. Yeah, they took her purse and everything. Had the garage thing and, it was underground parking. I'm like, damn. So stuff like that sucks.
But that's not an everyday thing.
No,
either.
it's not. It's not. It's just putting out fires once in a while.
Yeah.
But if I could have 20 of those, 30 of those, bro. That's where passive income's
When you
nice.
get them, you're going to get them.
When,
yeah,
exactly.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Just takes time. That's where you got to start building blocks now. If you're like, hey, I ask people all the time, hey, what's your 5-year plan, man? In 5 years, even my friends that were law enforcement, what's your 5-year goal? You know, hey, you retire in 5 years. What's your 5-year plan? You're on year 15. A lot of my friends in law enforcement, oh, I don't know. Sweet.
Yeah.
You're going to die at this job, bro.
Yeah.
If you don't have a plan, if you don't have something setting in motion, you're going to be dead at this job.
Yeah, because they're just going to take their retirement and move to the next stage in
Yep.
the law enforcement.
People
and
just get stuck in that guaranteed paycheck, and guaranteed paycheck is what makes you forget about your dreams. Just how it goes, you know? So yeah, if you don't have a 5-year goal, 5-year, 10-year goal, 1-year goal, write it down on a vision board. I want a Lamborghini. Cool. How do you get that? What's the steps? How much you have to make? You know, and or I want passive income. I want 10 grand a month. What's the goal? You know what I mean? What's step 1? You can't go to step 4 without going 1, 2, 3 first. So you have to have steps. Yeah. You have to have, you know, some type of vision and how to get there. And a lot of people don't have that. They're just like hoping one day, like, oh, I want to be rich. Cool. How are you going to get there? Oh, I don't know. Cool.
That's not going to help you.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
you have to have goals. You have to have steps. So if you, in your mind, go in 5 years, I want 30 Airbnbs. Here's the steps I got to get, you know, 70 a year, 80 a year, 10 a year, whatever it is. And how do I do that? You know, and how do we furnish it? What's the cost? And it's just, I have it all broken down on vision boards. That's how to do it.
Are you trying to keep them all here local to Salt Lake or just wherever?
Yeah. Out of state sounds hard to me. It's doable, but then I got to know that market. I got to know, find cleaners there. And it's just being here, especially Salt Lake's just growing. They're all downtown. You know, it's either downtown or Park City's the places out. I wouldn't get one out in Lehigh. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. It probably does good, but downtown, convention center, Delta Center, everything's downtown with the new baseball
People
stadium
travel
going.
there. I think that's the area.
That's where I'm just going to get 30 of them, you know, and just keep it down there. I might get a few in Park City, but out of state, it just seems like too much. I don't like to have it out of where I can't go look at it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I like to be able to touch it.
See, my mind was like Moab.
Yeah, Moab would be cool.
Moab. I mean,
St.
we
George would be cool.
We went down to Moab a few years ago, and I'm like,
yeah,
I wouldn't mind having an Airbnb down here.
Yeah. And when I looked
so
back
much
in
to do.
2020 before COVID happened, at Moab, a few places. So, but they were just like, I don't know, they were expensive, dude.
Yeah.
Really
There was one we were
expensive.
looking at, and it was like $800,000 or something for a little 2-bedroom place. I mean, similar to what we had stayed in. And we're like, it's a lot. Like I can see it. You got the Red Rocks. You got so much to do down there. Of
course.
It makes sense. But
Yeah. The things with Airbnb is that there's an upfront cost. That's why everyone wants to do them, but they don't because you have to spend 4, 5, 10 grand furnishing a unit. So you're not even recouping your costs for at least 4 or 5 months.
yeah.
Right. But once you get that, it's just like the first year, and after that, a lot of it's going to be mainly profit minus the rent, obviously.
Yeah.
So, but it's a hospitality business for sure. You have to, you have to make sure your reviews are good. You know, I had a person leave me a 3-star because the shower wasn't hard enough. I'm like, dude, seriously? You have me a 3-star review because the shower didn't, like, I can't control that. Like, you know, it wasn't strong enough. The water pressure. Just stuff like that. You have to deal with that kind of stuff. You're like, dude, you can easily ruin someone's Airbnb by stupid stuff. You know,
And I bet if they'd have reached out to you and you'd contact
something,
them,
just contact us.
You could
Yeah.
have made a difference. I mean, when we were in Nashville, we were struggling to get like the keypad, the elevator code figured out. And I mean, I'd asked the front desk because there was like a hotel type, I don't know what it was. Asked them, and they're like, oh, the key code changed. But when we had messaged them, like, oh, yeah, we're struggling with this, instantly, like within a few minutes, I got a phone call. I couldn't answer. Of
course.
The bar was so
That's
loud.
our job.
But within minutes, phone call, like, hey, and
that goes a long way.
Oh, yeah.
We had people leave us bad reviews because the elevator didn't work or was too slow.
Yeah.
I'm like, it has nothing to do with us, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like leave the apartment complex a bad review, not us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's my goal, man. Just make passive income. I do a lot of crypto trading. It's kind of up and down. Do you guys do crypto? Are you into crypto at all?
No.
It's down right now. It's
I
struggle bus.
I saw your
for
post.
sure. Yeah. But crypto trading has been really good for me too. You know,
Do you like long or just short?
no short trades. They're meant to be short trades. I mean, sometimes I'll buy a coin. It has to go up 3 cents to make, whatever, 4 or 5 grand. And then it doesn't go up. So you just wait. You got to hold.
Yeah. Like
So-
swing trading or day trading or what?
Yeah, you try to be day trading, weekly trading, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. I put some money in some coins where it hasn't gone up yet, and I'm just holding for months.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be a day trade.
You're like, I'm
you're
gonna
just
take
waiting,
it.
but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sell on the red.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, some people they panic sell.
Right.
I got my dad in crypto, and it was down a few months ago. And he's like, hey, just how do I sell? I'm like, you're not gonna sell.
Yeah.
Unless you really need the money, which you shouldn't be gambling with the money you need anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gambling with my mortgage money. Like it's just money that you have set aside to invest.
Mm-hmm.
And I do stock market, I do crypto, but I'm like that shouldn't be money you need unless something really bad happens. Right. So I'll never sell on the red. I'll just hold. It could be 5 years. I'm not going to sell on the red.
Yeah.
On anything. Stocks. I had Tesla stocks. I was 100 Tesla stocks, and it was down a lot when that whole Elon Musk thing. I was like, fuck Elon Musk. And, I was down a lot of money, a lot. And I was like, I'm just going to chill. I was like, you going to sell? I'm like, no, it's going to go back up. It's always going to go back up. And now it's back up.
It always
it's back
does.
up like 200%. Yeah.
It always
does. That's just with
it's
anything.
That patience. It's that, what is it, delayed gratification.
Of course.
Like, look, man.
Yeah.
In markets specifically, it's that cycle of like up
Yep.
and down.
It's
and you
always
know
going to be
it'll
up and
come,
down.
like-
You have to zoom out, bro.
Yeah. Oh, all day.
I had friends that in the 2008 crash, one of my buddies, he had like 80 doors, and the '08 crash happened. He sold most of them for a loss. I'm like, if you held out for a year, bro, it went back. 2009, it was up.
Yeah.
2010, whatever, a year or two was right back to where it was. Even better.
Look at today. I mean,
Yeah.
80 doors today. I mean, he would have had a lot more than 80 doors.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, I have a townhome that is a rental property just down the street on 2100 North. But I bought that for $500,000, bro. Townhome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what? These were 250 like in 2018, 2019, 2020. Now they're 500 for a townhome.
When I bought my first house for like 181.
Yeah.
And it was in 2013. And we sold it for like 230 5 years later, something like that. We're like, all right, whatever. But then when COVID hit and everything spiked drastically, my brother looked at a house in the area and it was like almost 550. And we're like, if we would have, obviously we didn't know and we didn't have the income to provide 2 mortgages, but we're like, man, we should have kept it. We should have figured out a way to
It's
keep
always
it.
that. And that goes for any market.
Yeah. Everything.
Even from 10 years from now, because we're like, oh, it's $500,000 for a townhome. Well, now they're going to be 8 and 10. Like, it's always going to be like, I should have bought. They would say, don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. Just chill, man. Buy it and just hold it.
That's where we're thinking, like with our current house, we're like, yeah, it's not going to be worth selling it. When the time comes for us to move, I don't think we want to sell it. I think we'll hold on to it. It's a great neighborhood.
Yeah.
Rent it out, whatever. It's an awesome area. So why lose the value in it?
That goes with crypto, stocks. I just dollar cost average.
Yeah.
All I do, I just DCA all day. Whether it's down or up, I'm putting money in because it's always going to average out.
Yeah.
So I just dollar cost average weekly. Just put money in, let it just chill. Unless it's going to be something, a quick trade, but I just throw money at it, dude, regardless if it's up or down, and just ride it out. Just dollar cost average all day. That's all I do.
So I want to pivot here a little bit. I was looking through your Instagram and everything, and there's a post. You're like, at 35, you were depressed, and there's a bunch of things. What got you into that depression? Because you were already in fitness. And it sounds like you had met your wife around that area too, and you had started your business too. So what got you so depressed? Do you know?
Having my first kid and then realizing like how hard it was, I let myself go. It was the only time I was never fit in my life. I look like the Grinch, bro. You seen the Grinch with the shirt off? That's what I look like. Skinny with the belly.
What's
that was
funny
me.
is we were talking about that because we were looking through. We do a little bit of research before, and we talk about just so we have an idea of what we're going through, getting ourselves into. And I was like, man, even at 35, this dude's still fucking jacked. Like, I mean, you're more shredded now. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, holy shit, this motherfucker's still jacked at that.
Yeah.
Age. Like,
Well, the funny part is when I was 33, I was about to turn 34. I won the overall at FitCon. So I was the most shredded I've ever been. I won the biggest show in Utah, the overall. It's when you win the whole show.
yeah.
And that was at 33, 34. I was right when I met my wife. And so I went from that to Grinch, So like, that's the crazy part is when you compete, when you see yourself at that level, and when you're winning competitions and then you go to, because a lot of people are like, hey, you still look all right. I'm like, yeah, but for me, I don't.
Yeah.
It's always like
standard for you that you're like, this isn't me. This isn't my standard where I want to be.
It's like someone lost, hey, I lost $1 million stock market. Yeah, but you're worth $100 million. So it's not a big deal,
Yeah.
But if you're like, hey, I lost $1 million and I only have like, it's just like, it's
Perspective.
perspective, meaning like, yeah, that's bad for me. That might be good for someone else that's overweight, but that look for me is horrible when I was just Mr. Utah basically a year ago. So yeah, I was depressed. We just had a baby. I didn't realize how hard it was, you know, just like late nights, and we would take turns. I'd actually stay up till about 3 a.m. And then 4 a.m, and then my wife would wake up at 4 and watch. Like it was just a horrible time for the first few months. You guys get it.
Oh yeah.
I was just depressed. I couldn't get to the gym, you know, and fitness for me is such an important thing. Not having that, like I'm always like, if I can't work out, bro, someone has to like check up on me. Like there's a time where I can't work out anymore and be at the gym and be fit. And that's my identity in a way. Right. Cause again, I've always had it my identity because I'm not a big person. You know, someone's like, oh, he's a gentle giant. He's 6'8". He doesn't have to be big. He'd be the nicest guy in the world.
Right.
When you're a smaller guy, I'm like, that is my identity. I have to have like that bark mentality at least where it's like, okay, think twice. These ain't just for show. Think twice, you know, and that was my identity. So I'm like, when I'm not that, you know, now it's like, what do I have? You know, and I give it all up for my kids.
What was it? What was the switch? What, like, did you look at yourself in the mirror one day? Did you just, what was that? Like,
Yeah, it was so gradual.
Shit, I got to pivot. Like,
it was so gradual because every day I was like, well, I can't make it to the gym today and I'm tired and I'll go tomorrow for sure. And then I didn't go tomorrow. And then it's like, after like a few months, I was like, damn, dude. And I finally looked in the mirror. I took a picture of myself. I was like, I'm the most depressed I've ever been. Like looking at myself, you know, it sounds like on a surface level, you're like, bro, okay, you weren't fit for a few like months. Like it's not a big deal. But for me, it was a huge deal for me because that was my identity. And I'm like, I let myself go. I was just winning competitions a year ago. Now this is it. After having kids.
I think if you're not working out, you're not going to understand it though.
Yeah. So, but a lot of people didn't get it. They're like, well,
Yeah.
what's the big deal, bro? I'm like, it's because you don't understand. You don't, you know.
Yeah.
And so, and one day I just woke up, I said, no, but it has to be, my daughter was like 4 or 5 months old. I was like, okay, now it's back to work. Right. She's out of the zone where she's not going to die, you know, the first few months where it's kind of scary, you know, every like cough, you're like, you know, the crib's right next to us, like everything, every time she moves, you're like, you know, what's she doing? You know, and that's hard to get a good night's sleep when you're doing that. But 4 or 5 months, she was a little, you know, getting a little older. And I'm like, okay, now she's like past this danger zone. It's time to lock it in again. Yeah. Because I don't want her to see me when she's 10 with this body. When I'm saying, hey, I want you to be the best for yourself, but daddy gave up on himself. And that's the thing with dads. I'm like, one day these kids, because you want the best for your kids, they're going to look at you and be like, why didn't you do it? Hey dad, what'd you do when you had these struggles? Well, how'd you overcome it? And you're sitting there like 300 pounds of fat. I'm like, actually, wait, you didn't overcome anything. You know, you didn't focus on yourself, on your health. And I don't want to be that dad. So I'm like, no, I got to lock it in.
I know there's going to be a time that they'll listen to what I'm saying and realize that I was struggling, you know, almost took my life and everything. But I also want them to look at it and be like, he fought his fucking ass off to still be here.
Of course.
To work hard every day, not only on himself, but on his marriage and on us and everything.
You have to work on everything.
It's
not about being here. You should be like some shred. You're not shredded down like, oh, a piece of shit. It's like, dude, are you just working on yourself?
Yeah.
Are you in the gym? That's all I care about. Like, are you just being healthier? You don't have to be doing competitions. Just like, are you just healthier in general for your kids?
Better food choices, better lifestyle
that's it.
choices,
It's not like people are like, oh, you want to be shredded? No, bro, you don't have to be 8%. Just be working on yourself. Do you go to the gym every day? 5 days a week, 4 days a week? You do? Cool. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know, it's like people like misconstrue, like I want them to be Captain America. I'm like, no, bro, are you bettering yourself? Because I have some friends that are good dads and they haven't seen a gym in 5 years and they eat pizza every other night. I'm like, that sucks, bro. That's shitty.
You start eating good too and you eat pizza and you feel like
dude,
shit.
It's unreal. My clients are like, bro,
terrible.
I've only been eating clean for a week and I can't even believe when I eat this, I had my cheat meal, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
You know? And so they realize, wow, when you're eating pizza every day and garbage, your body doesn't recognize it. And once you start eating clean, your body's like, oh, whoa, you know. So it makes you not want to eat that pizza, you know. And I still eat like garbage. We went to Thriller last night. We had alcohol and I had donuts, and it's about balance.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, like we went, like I said, we just got back from Nashville.
Yeah.
Of course, we had some drinks.
Yeah,
we
of course,
ate
balance,
food.
dude.
Don't get me wrong, we walked a lot though. And that was kind of where our mindset was. We're like, our Airbnb's close to Broadway. We're just going to walk down to Broadway. Yeah, we might spend money on food and drinks, but we're not Airbnb-ing. Or we're not Ubering everywhere. We're, you know, so we walked 15, 16,000 steps a day. We didn't eat the worst. We didn't eat the best. we made better choices. And
Yeah.
that's what a lot of it comes down to. We
Yeah,
talk
just
about it
having a
lot.
healthier mindset. And I tell my clients all the time, like, hey, I'm going here. What do I do? Just go live your life, dude. It's for 3 days.
Yeah.
Go do what you want to do. Be a healthy mindset a little bit, right? Get the chicken, maybe, whatever. But like, go do what you want to do. It's 3 days. 3 days is not going to tarnish your results.
What
you know?
matters
And
when
then
you get back.
When you get back, it's back on track again. Right? You know, it's like, oh, the holidays are coming around. I'm like, but you were fat in July. What are you talking about, bro? Like, it's the holidays now. I'm like, yeah, but you were overweight in, you know, February when there was no holidays. So like, lock in, man. You know, the holidays are like a few days. If you have one bad day a week, you're telling me the
it's a
6
holiday.
good days. Yeah, it's one day.
Holiday.
And I was like, hey, on Christmas, on Thanksgiving, go ham, bro. Do whatever the hell you want. But on December 26th, I'm back on track. Right? And the day after Black Friday, I'm back on track from Thanksgiving. Like, that's where people just want to make excuses. It's the holidays. I'm like, dude, you're not doing something every day. Stop. You know? But that's why it's so easy to be the top 1% as men. It's just men have just given up on themselves. It's the screen. It's just, you know.
It's true.
It's insane. We've all been there. I get lazy and I'll be on TikTok for 2 hours too. It's I'm like, I'm just going to watch TikTok for 8 minutes because I'm laying in bed and then it's 1:48 at night, a.m. I'm like, what am I doing, bro? I'm watching TikTok for 3 hours now.
Yeah.
You know? So we all do it, but it's all about balance. Life is all about balance.
And awareness that you can be aware that like, oh, I sat there and scrolled for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm done.
Yep.
I know I'm going to lock in on the gym. I'm going to do whatever you need to do. Because I think a lot of times the awareness part is there, but it's like, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or I'll scroll for another hour. It'll be fine or whatever it
Yeah.
may be. Give yourself excuses.
And I hired a business coach 5 years ago, dude in Scottsdale. And he's like, I want you to read a book a week. I was like, I haven't read a book in 5 years, bro. Like, this is 2020. And he's like, how much do you actually scroll? How much do you watch Netflix? And I was like, he's like, give me 30 minutes a day. You could read, you know, about 30 or 40 pages every night, which is about 30 minutes, give or take. Anyway, to this day, I almost read a book a week, a book every 10 days. So from 5 years ago, I just love reading. And it's like that. If you read 50 books in a year, you're telling me you won't be smarter. Make sure it's a book that I'm not reading like romance novels.
Yeah, you're
I'm
not
reading
reading a
legit
fantasy book.
David Goggins
Yeah.
books, right? Like if you're actually reading books that I love real estate books. Have you guys heard of the Bigger Pockets podcast? Brandon Turner. I read all of his books. Anyway, but you read a book a week, a book a month.
Yeah.
You won't be smarter in a year. You won't have some type of skill. I'm reading this book on taxes right now, blowing my mind. He was actually Robert Kiyosaki's tax guy. It's an amazing book. And so if you just read and just knowledge yourself, and I put down that phone for an hour, and honestly, bro, I was getting reading, and some people are like, I don't have enough time. I'm like, do you take a shit every day? Well, yeah. That's 15 minutes, bro. I will take my book in. Because I don't care who you are, bro. Everyone's doing this.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
I don't care who you are. I don't read my phone in the bathroom. Shut up. What are you reading? The back of a shampoo bottle? Stop.
Yeah.
You're
Or else
looking at your
shits would be
phone.
2 minutes.
Yeah,
You're in and out,
exactly.
guys.
So she's always like, you're in there for 20. I'm like, that's because I was watching TikTok. But if I bring my book in there, dude, that's 20 minutes of uninterrupted time.
Yep.
15, 20 minutes of just chilling by yourself. You know, so like you can read 20 minutes a day to better yourself. Everybody can. And you'll be a smarter person in a year from now.
I need to get back to it. That's what I'll do when I get home.
Start it, bro. That should motivate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done 75 hard twice.
Okay.
And so you got to read 10 pages a day.
Yep.
And I was good for a while, kept it going. And then, I mean, I listen to audiobooks while I'm working.
Okay.
And I've been doing a lot of the different ones. Like I go back to Relentless a handful of times
Sure.
a year.
I can't grasp it when I listen to it. It's like I have ADD, bro. I'm just like looking at squirrels, and it's like I have to have it in my hand, and I highlight stuff. So when I go back and read that book again, I've read Rich Dad Poor Dad like 10 times. Not even kidding you. But I've highlighted stuff, and then I go kind of like skim through what was actually really important to me. So I love to have the book in my hand, and I highlight stuff. I have my little highlighter, and I highlight stuff. It's
There's
great.
definitely times. I mean, the few books that I have on audiobook, I can listen to over and over again, and I catch more each time or something different each time.
Sure.
But there are times where I'm like, what did I just read?
Yeah.
And those I've listened to and read. I mean, I've read Relentless like 5 times, front, back to back, cover to cover each time. But yeah, reading is a whole different experience.
Of course. It really has changed my mind on a lot
I
of
need to get
stuff.
back to it because it's just
It almost sounds
seeing
too like
those.
you're very intentional. That's and I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's really what starts separating people.
Of course.
The intention of
Yeah.
showing up to the gym, of eating better, the intention of reading, taking the 30, 20 minutes, whatever, to pick up a book and read.
Yep.
It's the intention.
It's literally
Being intentional
scheduling
with
your
life,
time.
not just letting it
Exactly.
go with the flow, and we'll end up where we end up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you have to be definitely, you have to schedule your time the right way, especially once you have kids, you know, because you do want to be there for them. And you know, many times my little girl's been like, Daddy, put down your phone. I'm like, I want to like throw my phone through the window, bro. When she says that, I'm like, okay, well, that's my bad, you know. And, but I'm definitely attentional with my time. But again, it comes down to just, you know, they always say knowledge is power, but it's not power. Execution is power. I can read a book all day about shooting free throws.
But if you're not going to go out and do it,
Yeah, they're like, so you good at shooting free throws? You read like 12 books on it. I'm like, no, I've actually
I
never
know
shot
the
a
arc.
basketball.
I know
I've never shot a basketball. You know,
Yeah.
it's like the same thing. So people have the knowledge. I know people that are poor as shit that have gone to all the seminars, read all the books. They have zero money. Zero. Their knowledge is, they're smart. You sit down with them, you're like, damn, bro, you're smart. You
You're
know,
not
but you have
executing
no money at all. You struggle every day. They're not executing it. They're not actually putting it into motion. And that's the difference. Is setting where I do the vision boards and just set like goals, dude. I have to reach this goal at a certain time. And also you could be happy where you're at. It doesn't, I mean, we're always trying to achieve better, but at the same time, like you could be content where you're at, you know, but if you're not evolving, you're dead. It's just not. Like, I don't want to be the same person I was 5 years ago.
No,
I want to be better and better.
that's something I've been really intentional about lately. Is like if I'm not growing or learning something, then
Yeah.
I'm never going to reach a perfect level because I'm always going to continue to learn and grow something
Yeah.
in some way, whether it's the gym, home, whatever, work, my current work, all of it. I
God,
wanna
your
keep
relationship.
learning. Yeah. Yeah.
You're not growing in your relationship.
Yeah.
It's just constant learning. And if I fail at it, why did I fail at it? And take the lesson from it and work towards not failing the next time.
Yeah. You actually need to fail in life.
Oh, yeah.
You just
100%.
need to. And everyone has. Everyone
Yeah.
has. I mean, just gives you a lesson.
Yeah, you fall on your face. The difference is, are you going to stand back up or are you going to lay down for a while?
Yeah,
No, I'm
exactly.
going to stand back up.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
I failed multiple times at different lifts and stuff at the gym, even like, and it's like, no, I learned something every time I've done it.
Yep.
I needed to stand different. I need to do this different. Or you hurt yourself. And it's like, well, I learned the lesson there. Don't
Yeah.
pull like that because that hurt.
I mean, just imagine if you did something 100 times, you would succeed. 1%. Yeah, if you started 100 different businesses, one would probably be successful. 1%, you can't give me 1% success, right? You tried to 100 different ways to get healthy, to get fit. You accept that girl 100 different ways or 100 different girls.
Somebody's going to say yes.
Someone's going to say yes, dude.
Yeah.
You know, there's a serious problem.
Yeah.
So someone that started 3 businesses and it failed, and they're like, oh, I guess I'm just bound to be poor and not, you know. But it's laziness.
Yeah.
You know. So it's just anyone could do it.
You just got to put the effort
We're not
in.
above anybody, you know. And so it's just a matter of, again, having a mentor, having a plan set in place. So when someone hires me or I hire a mentor, he's just showing me the shortcuts, right? That's what it comes down to. You know, getting out of your comfort zone, and you're just helping me cut through all the bullshit that you went through. You know, what worked and what didn't work. And again, there's so much free knowledge. Dude, you know how much I learn on Airbnb that I do like through just TikTokers that I follow? I'm like, damn, that actually makes a lot of sense. You know, you can learn so much stuff. I learned about trading through TikTok. I follow some guys about trading and what they do that works for them. I'm like, damn, this is all just free knowledge. Like, how is anyone poor? It just doesn't make any sense.
They don't put the effort in.
They don't. They just don't. They just don't
They
want to
wanna
learn.
watch cat videos and sit there and learn
Exactly.
about-
That's the thing is when I'm on like my TikTok,
Yeah.
there's a few videos that are funny, but I'm literally like following people like David Goggins and someone that's like, okay, like when I'm watching a David Goggins skit just at the gym, like, fuck, I'm ready, bro. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go.
You know, you're just a
like,
bitch.
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny you bring that up because I've listened to him a lot and watch him and stuff. And I was on treadmill the other day even, and I'm walking and I'm like, I need to fucking challenge myself some more. And the first person I call is this guy over here. And here in a couple of weeks, we're going to go walk 36 miles.
Nice.
We're going to iron out the details here in the next day or two, and we're just going to execute it. Not much training, just go do it. I
Yeah.
need something hard to do.
Of course.
So we're like, all right. He's like, okay.
Nice.
Same thing. He calls me. He's like, hey, I want to go do this. I'm like, okay. What's stopping us?
Yeah, yeah. And it's really surrounding yourself with, it's such a cliche, but it's like who you are, who you hang around with, right? I mean, it just really is so true. You know, and I was in law enforcement. I went back and played poker with a bunch of my guys. I was out for a few years. We were playing poker like every weekend, bunch of law enforcement guys. And I went back a few years after I was out, and I'm like, what a fucking shitty world I was in. Like, this is wild to me. I was in it every week. I didn't see it because I was in it. And when I stepped out and went back, I'm like, damn, dude, this is how I was? This sucks, you know? So really your circle, and you get used to it. You get used to being around fat people, right? Or whatever.
Lazy
Poor people. If you're hanging out with 4 crackheads, you're probably going to do crack at some point.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You know, you hang out with people that smoke, I might just take a drag and just see what it's like. You're probably going to end up smoking, you know? So it's like, who do you hang out with, dude?
Been down that
You know,
road.
it's it's your environment that's making you fail. Because some people are overweight, and I'm like, it's because look at all your friends. Do you have any fit friends in your circle? Probably not. I don't know. But it's your environment, bro.
Once
Who do you
start
live
changing.
with? Who do you habitate with? You know, when people hire me, I'm like, do you live with your husband or your whoever? What's their life like? Oh, yeah, my 3 roommates, they're also like, you know, not fit. I'm like, it's going to be hard for you, dude. There's Doritos in the pantry, and they're bringing home pizza every night. It's not going to work. You know, I have clients where their spouse is not on board. Their spouse is overweight, or they're not about this life. I'm like, it's going to be hard, dude. Your environment's really important.
That was something I've always supported her, because she started in October. We were coming home listening. She'd listened to the Muscles podcast. I was like, I just want to hear what he has to say. Let's put it on. And she's like, I'm done. I'm starting tomorrow. I'm like, okay. And she'd done some diets back and forth over the years. And I'm like, well, she made it through the holidays, which our family likes to cook.
Sure.
And they cook good.
Yeah.
She kept it all the way through the holidays. And I'm like, I have 2 choices here. Either grow with her or grow apart from her. And I don't want to grow away from her. So
Of course.
now it's time for me to start changing.
I've had a lot of clients get divorces, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly.
For that reason.
They're like, yeah, my spouse is not where I want to be anymore. Like, we're just different people. I'm going up and they're staying the same. And you know what I mean? They just realize, that sucks. I wish that for anybody, but they realize, man, this is not what I signed up for, you know, and the person doesn't want to grow with me. And so I'm out.
Yeah. And we've had the talks like, yeah, if you're not going to be with me, then it's not going to work. No, you're right. There's no sugarcoating that. Like, if I'm not going to change and do the hard shit, like, it's not going to work, period.
And couples that do it together, that get fit together, it makes them that much stronger.
She changed her whole schedule around, which I mean, she owns her own business, and we go to the gym at night. See you every now and then where you're there finishing up. We go a little bit later than you most times, but
yeah, I probably just see you on the weekends then.
Yeah,
because I usually go around like 12 or 1 o'clock.
Yeah, every now and then I see you later at night, like on a Thursday or a Wednesday or something. But,
yeah.
You know, that's the best times is when we get to go work out together and do the work together.
Yep.
Because it's fun. She motivates me, I motivate her, and it's a great time.
Yeah. Even if me and my wife go, we'll split and we'll do our own thing, but like I know she's there.
Yeah.
It's just like we're almost not taking time away from each other because we're both there putting in work, you know? So it's nice to have that.
Yeah. I love working out with her. It's been the best change. Plus 4 a.m. sucks. I don't like going that early.
Oh, bro. Have you been at 4 a.m.?
I did that for like 5 years.
What?
Yeah.
In the gym? Dude.
So when I first started, because I started and then COVID shut the gym down, I made up a bunch of excuses. And then we went for a walk and I'm like, yeah, I need to get back in the gym. He's like, all right, what gym you going to? I'm like, well, EOS. He's like, cool, I'll go sign up tomorrow. And we started that Monday and for like
You
6
did?
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys both went at 4 a.m.?
Yeah, we were on a walk, and he was like, I need to change. I was like, what gym do you go to? He's like, yeah, I go to EOS. I was like, all right, I'll get a gym membership this week. We'll start, I think it was like the next 2 days or something.
Yeah,
Like it was like,
it was like a
wild,
Friday.
bro.
We went on a Monday and then I just started using that as consistency. I mean, I had to be to work at 6.
yeah, that's how we chose 4. I started like at 8, but I
Yeah.
was like, well,
Sure.
let's do it, dude.
That's a gangster right there, dude.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
went
yeah.
early for you. That's a G.
And it got to the point, I mean, he backed off and I'm like, I get it. You don't have to be to work as early as me, but I'm here either way. I'm here for me anyways.
Sure.
And so I did it. And because at the time my wife was working nights. And so it was either I go at 9:30 at night or 4:30 in the morning. And I'm like, well, I'd rather have some time with her at night. So get up early and go every day. And it wasn't until like beginning of this year or something that I'm like, I need to change that. She's like, you're not sleeping enough. And I'm like, I know. So I go to bed at 10 or 11 and I'm up at 4 o'clock. And
Do you feel like your workouts are better now that you're going later?
yeah,
Of course.
so much better. I have more energy. I have more drive with all the food throughout the day and everything. I'm just, and I'm lifting heavier and more consistent. So yeah, absolutely. The crowds suck at night,
Sure.
but also I'm like, the South Jordan's full of people that actually want to work out.
Yeah,
West Jordan
it's a good
wasn't.
crowd. Yeah.
West Jordan wasn't full of that. It's just a bunch of like teens and lazy people.
course.
And I'm like, I can't do it.
That's why I go at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like dead zone. I mean, it's still busy at any
Yeah.
time at EOS, but 2 to 3, 2 to 4, I bounce right before it gets too crazy. It's like dead zone.
I was gonna say if I'm there, you're like starting your cardio or something like right there at the end of it.
Yep.
But yeah, it's that time is crazy. But I'm like, I would rather go there and get a better workout. Maybe I stay at a bench longer because everything else is taken, but I get a better workout than if I go for it.
sure.
I have
Yeah.
no energy.
Yeah.
Just tired. Even if I down 400 milligrams, I just am tired.
Yep.
And I'm like, I got to go to work. I don't want to go to work after.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm just ready. I'm done. I'm tired.
You look good though too. I mean,
Thanks.
I'd rather be aesthetic than be big. Like there's too many big soft dudes walking around. Like, I just want to be aesthetic and look good
Yeah.
and look, like lean and that's like the overall goal.
That's
Not to
where
really
I'm-
get bigger.
I'm working towards. I just want to feel good in my own skin, and I'm
Yeah.
getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, my biggest change has been in my chest, and I've put a lot of work into it, but I hated how it looked.
Yeah.
I just freaking hated how my pecs and everything look, and I put a lot of work into them.
That's
Or
good.
even the pictures that you posted, like you can see.
My arms were
They're
super
fucking-
tiny before
Yeah,
and
looks
everything.
great.
I'm like, I don't want to be that.
Yeah. How much do you weigh now?
Like 160,
Cool.
and I've stayed about there, but I got to work better on my eating. The braces aren't helping with any of that.
Of course.
Teeth freaking hurt like hell constantly every
Yeah.
time they adjust them.
Yeah. I had them for 3 years.
Yeah, I hope I'm not that long. They said 18
Yep.
months. So
I'd have jaw surgery too.
Damn.
I was 24 years old and they're like, hey, so you need braces, number one. Number two, the worst news is we have to break your jaw. I had like an underbite, dude. So when I was 10 years old, I hit in the face with a baseball when I was up at bat. And have you seen John Q, the movie John Q?
Yeah, it's been a while.
He rushes out and grabs his kid. His kid's like having a heart attack on the baseball field. That was
Yeah.
like my dad.
Yeah.
I got hit in the face with a baseball, fell to my knees. I was spitting out baby teeth. My dad comes running out, picks me up like John Q, bro, and rushes me to the car. We go to the hospital. And they're like, you just ate a hot dog. I was 10 years old. Like, we can't operate on you. You have to go home. And you have to come back tomorrow morning. So I'd go home with my face just rearranged as a 10-year-old. It was wild, bro. So we go the next morning. I get jaw surgery. But I was in the middle of growing because you're 10. And over the years, my jaw just kind of like, it was like an underbite. It wasn't like super noticeable. You'd have to like really stare at me like to the side. But when I got 24, I'm like, my teeth were kind of crooked. And they're like, yeah, you have to have jaw surgery, bro. We can't make your teeth straight without your jaw. Your jaw's crooked. It's like off. So they had to break my jaw, push it back. I was wired shut for 6 weeks.
Ugh.
It was wild. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, bro. I remember them wheeling me in. There was like 20 people just waiting like to operate on me. It was like a big surgery. Jaw surgery, I guess, is a big deal.
Wow.
And so I was wired shut for 6 weeks. I lost like 30 pounds. I think I was 24. I was already fit. I've been fit my whole life. Again, it's another drawback. I'm like, I'm going to lose 30 pounds. I was just eating Jamba Juice and freaking KFC potatoes, bro.
Yeah.
It was horrible. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't talk. I had a whiteboard, because you're wired shut. And I lost so much, even just walking, bro. When you take steps, puts so much pressure on your jaw. So I was in a wheelchair for like 3 weeks. I couldn't walk.
Damn.
So I'm in a wheelchair with a whiteboard,
Holy hell.
skinny as hell. Like my hats didn't even fit me. I literally looked like a Make-A-Wish like kid, bro. We went to Jordan Lanning movies. Went to go see a movie, and everyone was like, "Hey man, high five!" Like high five people.
yeah.
Those people.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not.
You're like writing on your. No, I'm
Yeah.
good. It's just
F
like-
you, bro. Hey man, how you doing? Like, how you doing, champ? I'm like, dude, that's one of those guys. High five, man. Thinking I was a Make-A-Wish kid. So mouth pain, bro.
Yeah,
get
it was rough.
It
It's
was
been rough.
It was horrible for me, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's.
I mean, it's worth it though, and that's what I keep telling myself.
They're like, by the time you're 40, I was 24. Like your teeth will be gone.
Yeah.
They're like grinding so much, your teeth will be gone by the time you're 40.
Yeah.
Because I was 24, I'm like, I could probably wait. Like, no, just get it done.
Yeah.
It's the worst 3 years of my life.
My wife finally convinced me.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I changed jobs earlier this year, and like things just kind of started. I realized, off subject, I realized how toxic I was to myself and my environment that I was in. And I'm like, I need to get out. Things aren't getting better. They're just getting worse, not only at work, but at home. So I needed to get out. And I did. And it's been changing. like we talked about, like I'm ready to evolve to the next step and work and work and work. And
More
that
of an
was part
entrepreneur
it.
role.
Yeah. And that was part of it, is like, I need to get my teeth better because I'm not smiling. Like my teeth
Yeah.
look like shit, and I feel like shit about them.
Dude, I see people with no like messed up teeth, and I'm like, you should be going to the bank right now, getting a loan, and getting your teeth fixed.
Yeah.
That's the number one. There's a trainer at EOS. Have you seen him? He's missing teeth.
Yeah. Yeah. I have.
Super nice kid.
Yeah.
Super nice kid.
I know who you're talking about.
I was like taken back. I just didn't. I was like, oh, what the hell? Like that's the first thing you should be fixing, bro. Like the first thing people notice.
Yeah.
You know, and just confidence. I'm assuming you know you're missing teeth. So like,
Yeah.
it's just like that's the number one thing people see. So if you're trying to live that entrepreneur life, you know, I'm not saying it has to be a perfect smile, but if you're missing teeth or just confidence in yourself, you're not smiling. I was in that same boat. At one
More
point.
and more, like the more we've gone through things, I'm smiling more and showing more. And even with the braces, I'm like, it's fine. I get it. I have it. If you want to make fun of me, that's fine. It's probably an insecurity of yours. They suck, but I'm going to do it. It's better than having this tooth shoved clear back in my mouth and being ashamed of it all the time.
Yeah. No one that's had braces will make fun of you for having braces.
Yeah. For
I
real.
mean, that's, again, it's the whole thing. Someone that's already lived your life. If I had braces at one point, I'd be like, oh, loser. No, we all went through it.
Yeah. It sucks, but it'll be worth it. And I know that.
Of course.
And that's where
Play
I'm
the
going.
long game. That's
Everything.
zooming out, bro.
Yep.
If you zoom out on life in general, I'm telling you, right? On the flip side, though, we don't have as much time as we think we do.
No.
That's also where people, I talk to kids that are 22, 23, and I'm like, I was just there, bro. I promise you, I was just 24. I was just there like 2 years ago. You know, like you don't have as much time as you think. So it goes by quick.
Well, yeah.
Come up with a game
Look
plan.
at your kids. Your 6-year-old was a baby not long ago. Now she's 6, talking.
Yeah.
Taking
Yeah. Once you
care-
have kids, isn't it crazy, bro? How fast it goes? It's wild, dude.
Yeah.
So crazy.
I think I met him, and my youngest was, she 2,
Probably like,
3
2 or
maybe.
3.
We've known each other a while, and now our kids are older, and we're like, holy crap. Pictures still pop up, and I'm like, man, where the hell is time gone? Where's time gone?
Yep. So what you want to chat about? Anything else?
I don't really have
Any
much
other questions?
more.
I
No.
mean, 'cause I could talk all day, bro. So it's up to you.
I mean, we appreciate you coming on. I mean, I'm glad I reached out. You know, I've loved talking to you on Instagram and seeing you every now and then. And
I've met some of my best friends on Instagram, bro. It's wild. Like some of my best friends, we started as Instagram homies, and now we're like best friends.
I mean, I'm glad I reached out to you and talking. I mean, your content's awesome.
Yeah.
It's always uplifting, and it's always a little motivating. Not that I rely on motivation for anything anymore.
Yeah.
I have the discipline to do what I need to do, but
Yeah, it's always good because I've always tell people motivation's kind of bullshit in a way. You know, like I'll listen to all David Goggins, there's people, Ed Milet, you know, even what's his name? He's like, if you don't have 6-pack, you're fired.
oh yeah,
Oh,
Andy Elliott.
People hate Andy Elliott, but it motivates me. I'm like, okay, bro, like, you know, getting his shit together. Like, he's a little extreme. So is David Goggins, but
Yeah,
it's motivating. It really is. But at the same time, people are like, how do you get motivated? I'm like, go look in the fucking mirror, bro. You tell me.
You got
Yeah.
kids?
I have clients like
You
that all
got
the time.
Kids?
Yeah. Dude, when I meet somebody and their kids aren't their number one why, it's weird to me.
Yeah.
I'm saying it has to be your only why, but clients come to my office, I'm like, oh, so what's your why? Oh, I want a better body. I'm like, that's cool. Do you have kids? Yeah, that should be your why, bro. That should be your number one why. And it goes back to be the threat. You know, let people know, like, I'm not to be fucked with, dude. I'm just not, you know. Doesn't matter if you can fight or not, whatever it is, at least look like you can maybe fight, or at least you can, you know, be the threat.
That's
Again, not
something
being Mr. Shredded, but carry yourself. When I'm out in public, I'm still nice, but I'm just like, fuck you. Like, dude, like, I'm just like, I'm the threat.
That's what my buddy and I talk about all the time. He's like, when my daughter brings home a boy, I want him to be worried.
Have you seen Den of Thieves? Or what's it called?
Yeah, yeah. With 50 and
He shows up and it's all the big black
pulls the
dudes. Just
song
like
dude
yeah,
and
I think I have.
the daughter shows up and it's like all these big dudes. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
that's what we
Simone
talk
homies
about
and
that.
everything. I'm like, we'll do that.
Yep. I got a bunch of black dudes and Simones. I'm like, you're gonna roll through, bro. When she turns 16, it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah. So just be the threat, be respectful to everybody. You know, I'll never cause a problem with anybody, but I will not back down to anybody either. Like there's a limit. You know?
Oh yeah. 100%.
So you know, I will never go out of my way to talk shit to anybody, but once it happens, then, you know, I'll either be your best friend or be your worst enemy, you know?
Yeah,
so,
man. We appreciate the time, bro.
Yeah,
And
appreciate you
we
guys,
always
man.
leave he started this little trend off, but the guest leaves a challenge for the people. something to challenge them for the week, for the day, for
The challenge is the book challenge. I challenge I've gotten so many people on the book a week club.
Okay.
I like it.
I challenge you guys 30 minutes a day and you read a whole book in 7 days.
Okay.
You know, unless it's like the Bible or something. But a typical book, 30 minutes a day will give you 1 book a week. So if you don't have 30 minutes a day, take longer shits. That's what I'd say. But yeah, that's my challenge. Read 30 minutes a day. You have the time. Put down your phone for 30 minutes. Read something that you're interested in. Because if you're reading something you're not interested in, you're not going to want to even, read something that you really want to. I love real estate books. I love these type of books. But 30 minutes a day. That's the challenge for you guys too.
I like it.
Got it.
I'm going to read a book in the next 7 days.
I'm
Bet.
gonna go home and pick up a
I'll-
book.
I'll
I got
send-
some
I'll get a
time,
book.
so
I got you.
You got a book?
I got you.
no, that man doesn't have any books.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. Thank
course.
you for taking time
Thank
out of
you.
your
Of course.
day away
Yeah.
from your family.
Thanks for having
I
me, guys.
appreciate you.
Yeah, I
we
appreciate
appreciate
it.
you. Thank you.
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
of course.